I've built a ton of LEGO World War II tanks during the last couple years, and in this video I will show you how I've made them incredibly realistic. I've spent endless hours on the research to create the most realistic tanks possible. If you're interested in LEGO and World War II history, don't forget to like and subscribe. But let's jump into the first tank, which is the Panzer I Ausführung B. This German light tank was armed with two MG-34s. The characteristic bar at the wheels was a detail which I couldn't miss out. The model itself features movable tracks as well as a turnable turret. I like the build, but one important part is missing, which are printed pieces. But we will change that now. At first I had to remove the top of the tank. I've removed the 2x2 tile and replaced it for a 1x2 tile and plate. These changes allowed me to add a 1x1 tile in reddish brown, which is supposed to be a small crate. But this was only a minor change. Let's finally add the printed pieces. I've decided to add 3 Balkenkreuze because this was pretty common for the Panzer I. If you like what you see, feel free to check my web shop Bricks of Valor. You can find the link in the description down below. I offer all the tanks which you will see in this video. It supports me in the channel to help making more videos like this one. The next model is the Panzer II Ausführung C, which basically uses the same techniques to make them look great together. For this model I've again designed the Balkenkreuz as well as a turret number. I have to admit that the Balkenkreuz at the turret is not 100% accurate, but because the way how the tank is designed, it wasn't possible to place the Balkenkreuz at the completely right place. I've again removed the upper part of the tank to add the reddish brown crate. I've then added the 1x2 jumper tile, which allowed me to add the original printed LEGO tile, which definitely has a cool detail in my opinion. A final touch is this jerry can, and now the tank is finally ready to roll out. Feel free to comment down below which of all these tanks your favorite was in the end of the video. To complete the collection of lighter German World War II tanks, let's take a closer look at my Panzer III. After again adding a reddish brown crate, I've grabbed the turret. And for this one I have a special print to present. Red turret numbers didn't have a specific meaning, but in general tanks which were command vehicles or part of a special division had those red turret numbers. Beside that, I really think this is a nice touch to an all grey tank. Of course I've added all these printed pieces at the left and right side of the turret. I am absolutely in love with the overall aesthetic of a Panzer III, and I think my model really captures this look super well. The model is sturdy, comes with a ton of details, and of course is fully accurate to the tank of World War II. And here are all previously seen tanks lined up in a row. I've used the same technique, for example, for all the wheels, and in general used clean techniques which make them look together pretty clean. An important part of the German army were camouflaged vehicles as well as half-tracks, and this model features both of those. The SD-Kfz 251 Ausführung D was the main vehicle for troop transportation. My LEGO model comes with a total of 5 printed pieces, of which the first one is the Balkenkreuz at the back. Additionally, I've placed 2 more Balkenkreuzes, which was quite common for this vehicle, as you can see in this picture. But the main detail again is the vehicle number, which has the color of black and white this time. After adding the printed pieces at the other side, the model isn't finished yet because one detail is still missing. I will attach small wooden logs by using this LEGO string. For the wooden log I've grabbed the bar piece as well as 2 brick arms U-clips. I've then attached the second bar piece and it's already done. It is a bit annoying to attach them, but I really like the end result. The vehicle is supposed to carry soldiers, and of course my model can carry up to 3 minifigures, as you can see. I've decided to add another machine gunner, as this vehicle usually was armed with 2 MGs. And that's it for the SD-Kfz 251. One of the advanced tanks during World War II was the German Panther. Beside the printed pieces for this model, I've prepared a special surprise for all of you. My model is completely based off an actual Panther tank during World War II. The model features the Balkenkreuz at the left and right frontal armor, but the most exciting detail has yet to come. Therefore I have to remove the turret and replace the tiles with the printed tiles. And as you can see, this is the exact same turret number which you can see at this picture. Details like these make models totally come to life in my opinion. Let me just add the printed tile at the other side and the model is nearly done. In addition, I've wanted to include an MG-34 which was used as anti-aircraft gun. The construction allows to elevate the machine gun however you want to. If you are interested in this tank but it's sold out, don't worry, we will restock it soon. And to don't miss any further news about Bricks of Valor, I highly recommend to check out our Instagram and subscribe there. The final touch of this Panther tank are a splinter camouflaged Zeltplan as well as a shovel and again a jerry can. The SD-Kfz 251 as well as the Panther has the same camouflage, which is why they look so great together in my opinion. Another interesting vehicle of World War II was the Stuck. This tank was a flat assault gun on the chassis of a Panzer III. My version is the Ausführung G and again comes with printed pieces. As you can see, this print is even overlapping at several pieces, which make it even better in my opinion. Of course, this vehicle has a lot of similarities to my Panzer III, but it definitely has its own touch and is well better armed than the Panzer III. I've again added a shovel as well as some crates. The Tiger I was one of the most feared weapons during World War II. Its mighty 8.8mm gun knocked out tanks from several thousand meters, and the thick armor was able to resist nearly any allied vehicle. Beside the printed Balkenkreuz at the left and right of the tank, this model probably features the coolest print of all the models. The big turret number is printed onto two curved slopes, and of course they perfectly end up and make the turret look just super detailed. As you can see in the picture, it was quite common to have these turret numbers at the back. As planes were extremely dangerous for this tank, especially in Normandy, it was again armed with an MG34. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more camouflage variants of this vehicle in the future. This camouflage, by the way, is inspired by the version which stands in the Panzermuseum Münster. Beside all the German tanks, I of course also made Soviets, American and British tanks, which I will present you now. The T-34 is one of the most produced tanks of any time. The Soviets produced several variants of it and mine is the earliest. The Red Star was the Soviet symbol and of course I had to include at least one of these at my tank. I again just love how much the red color adds to a grey vehicle like this one. The shape of the T-34 is very difficult to recreate in LEGO, but I'm really proud how my version turned out. Let's continue with the M4A2 Sherman, but first I want to show you how to build in 50 cal in a smaller scale like I did. The basis is an irregular M1919 machine gun and then I've added this pneumatic piece at it. I've had to cut it because they only exist in bigger versions, but for me this wasn't a big deal. I've then added the regular ammo box of the 50 cal to it to give it a mightier look. The final detail is the handle, which again comes with the regular 50 cal and your gun is already done. Of course this gun is totally attachable at the turret. Let's bring this Sherman to life and add again the printed pieces. As everyone knows, the Americans love to place these white stars at their vehicles, so they did at the Sherman tanks, as you can see at these both pictures. The model has a printed star at the front armor as well as on both sides. It was a bit flimsy to attach all of the pieces, but here is the final result of this tank, which again came out just wonderful. The Mk8A27M Cromwell tank was one of the most famous British tanks during World War II. It saw mainly action during the Battle of Normandy. The Panther and Tiger definitely were superior to this tank, but it had its purpose. The first step to upgrade my LEGO model was again to add a crate. The first printed detail are yellow markings at the turret. The British added these in several forms to their turrets to show to which unit they belong. For my model I've decided to go with the square. I again just love how much color and life one piece can add to your LEGO tank. So let's see how it looks at the turret. Seeing this tank really motivates me building the next British tank, but which one could I build? Feel free to let me know in the comments down below. To recreate the tiny muzzle brake, I've again decided to use a pneumatic piece and cut it into one smaller piece. It perfectly fits onto the bar piece, looks great, but still hurts my heart seeing this cutted LEGO piece. But hey, I don't know how to recreate it otherwise.